Welcome back to Wednesday morning. Hadn't gone to the post office yet, and my phone was cha-chinging. I sold 3 pair of vintage gloves, green, orange, and or turquoise, orange and white. Pretty cool. They are all new. I got these in a free in a box from my buddy Van back in August of 25. And I just sold these for $11 plus shipping on top. And I'll be back if I have any more. Well, it is before noon still on Wednesday. And another sale came in. If you've watched my videos, a couple days ago, I made a video where I was in my cabinet in the kitchen cleaning out stuff. And I found some things that had value. So I listed them. And one of them comped over $60. But I put it at $54.95. After a couple of days, lower the price, because I probably didn't pay $2 for this, but I've had it in my cabinet for at least a couple of years. It is a Stanley beverage container. There you go. Push button, so it doesn't spill, so you push the button to release. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, $54.95 plus shipping. It's going same day. Same day service. Ouch. I'll be back if I have any more. Why'd you do that? Welcome back. It is Thursday morning, the calm before the storm, before we get, really cold. But I'm prepared. I've done everything. So, house and food and water and everything else that's needed to be done. Vehicles, it's all ready. Because we're not used to this kind of cold. I lived in upstate New York for a couple of years, including 6 months on Lake Ontario in the winter. And this Texas boy doesn't like the cold, especially this extreme cold. But anyway, I got 2 more sales last night, so let's get into them. This is a Sean John t-shirt, brand new with tags. I got this from my buddy Van in the last box, and it was in one of the free items. It is a 2XL, and I sold that for $19 plus shipping. Last week, I went to Yukon High School's yard sale, and I bought a bunch of hats. I spent $10 in all. So I sold this Salty Crew hat for $10.90 plus shipping. Yeah, so not bad. I'll take it. I got a lot of good stuff there. If you've watched the recent videos, you saw that. That video's got a pretty good amount of views on it, and I appreciate you and all the people that follow me. I'm trying to get back to where I was January of a year ago, or February, when I lost my original TikTok. The Cap Guy eBay seller is actually still up. I just can't access it. So if you want to go back and watch some of those videos I drowned my phone in Maui, and I can't get back into that. I had over 2,500 followers back then. But I'm around 1,100 now, so on this new one. So anyway, I appreciate you, and I'm just trying to teach you what I know. And I don't know everything, but I know a little about a lot. There you go. Y'all have a fantastic day. If I have any more sales, I'll be back, even if I'm not frozen to death. I've got another item that I forgot about, but it's already shipped. It is Atari Tutankhamun. It is sealed. A couple of summers ago, I was at a yard sale. I pulled up and I ask every time I go to a yard sale about ball caps, video games, vintage toys, that kind of stuff. And they asked what kind. And long story short, he invited me in the house. I could tell right away they weren't his. He was a mobile mechanic, and he did jobs. And he did this job for an elderly lady. And she didn't have enough money to pay him for the job, so she went down in her basement and brought out totes of video games. And he told me there were N64 in the box, which, cha-ching, cha-ching, I'm thinking, yeah, that's one of my favorite games to collect. And when I got in the house, it was Super Nintendo in the box. But when I say in the box, I mean pristine, gradable condition. It was just crazy. And that wasn't all. There was a bunch of Atari, which I'm not into Atari, so I decided, when I buy this stuff, I've got to get my money back, so let's start there. And there was 69 games. There was some consoles, and they were in mint condition as well. And originally, I didn't buy those. I did go back the next day and spend $180 on a bunch of stuff that I still have. The consoles, the steering wheel, I don't think has ever been used. Just a bunch of stuff, gaming magazines, stuff like that. But on this original deal, he had a tote of, I think, 19 or 20 Sega Saturn games, all in good condition, pristine condition. Super Nintendo in gradable condition in the box. And he had Atari. And four of the Ataris were sealed, including this game that I just sold. And I have zero in it because I met my cost of goods a long time ago. Sold it for $47 plus shipping. It is going to Germany. By the way, the 007 game the other day was going to Finland. So go figure. But anyway, back to the story, because I ramble. He wanted $500 for all the games, 69 games. I only looked up one game, and it was a G.I. Joe Atari seal game. It looked like it was going for $41. Later, I found out that the label was an error label. It was upside down print, and I got $140 for it. Superman or Spider-Man, I can't remember which it was. It was sealed. He said he had taken it to Vintage Stock, and they offered him $4 for it. I thought, don't ever take games or albums or anything to Vintage Stock because they're not going to give you nothing for it of value. I sold that one for $240. So I also sold a Super Nintendo. It was called Sunset Riders, but that game's about a $100 game. But in the box with all the inserts, manuals, and I almost graded it. It was that nice. I sold it for $665 to somebody in Canada. I've sold a couple other games. I think Sonic R on the Saturn for $225. But I made my money back a long time ago, and I still have the majority of the games except the Atari. This one was still in the other inventory, in Karen's inventory, because I sell on her platform as well. And yeah, let's go. I'll pop up a snapshot, and then I'm going to show you real quickly the games I still have. Okay, not every Super Nintendo is from that buy, but Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Vortex 10-star, the Tetris, and the Super Ghouls and Ghosts are from that buy. Alien is from that buy. This one next to it is, I'm trying to read it, The Battle, Bust-A-Move, Bust Loose, Buster Bust Loose, the Donkey Kong Country, Lost Dimension, Miss Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, Paperboy, the new Pac-Man, RPM Racing, Rock and Roll Racing, and those last three. And then the Super Nintendo, or the Sega Saturns that I still have left, I think I've only sold one or two, and the rest of them are right here. Darius Gaiden is a good game. Doom, Loaded, Knights, the Panzer Dragon is good. So there's some good games in here, and those I still have. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.